love me, yeah, they love me. First love yourself. For that, and God we trust me. I don't trust myself. Your jewelry, I get it took. No show.
Welcome back to It Is What It Is. This episode is sponsored by Underdog Fantasy. The app is an easy way to make some cash just by making picks on your favorite players. Underdog is available in more than 30 states, including California, Florida, Texas, and New York, just to name a few. Make sure to support the show by hitting the link in the bio and downloading the Underdog Fantasy app. They will also match your first deposit up to $100, and you get a special pick when you sign up. Of course, I'm Treasure Wilson, aka Stat Baby, along with your hosts, Cam and Mase.
What's up?
High on the building. That's what's up, man. Ohio's in the fucking building. That's what's up.
4-3 is cool.
You don't know what? I just said Ohio's in the building. I didn't say anything else.
I know where you're going with this.
You didn't say anything
I saw the
else.
game.
I didn't see anything. I didn't say anything. All I said was Ohio's in the building.
Niggas guilt is dealing with him, huh?
What guilt? All I said Ohio in the building. That's it.
Well, today we are joined by our football analyst, OJ. How you feeling today?
Juice.
Well, today I'm feeling pretty good. It's been a very interesting week for me.
Okay. What
happened, oh?
Well, I went through a few things this week. Well, first of all, the most poignant thing was, I was getting sleepy at stoplights. So I called a doctor, went to the hospital, and they put me in immediately. Next thing I know, I got two crews of people talking about opening my chest and doing stuff to my heart. And finally, they decided to do what they call a cap. I'm sure a lot of people, as you get older, this happens. The blood veins get tight and everything, and they got to open them up, what they call a cap. It's amazing because they go through your wrist, in my case, all the way up into there. So I'm laying up there on this, I guess, medical bed with all the lights, and it's cold as heck. And they put you to sleep. But I kind of woke up earlier. And I wake up in the middle of this, and they're like blasting the Wu-Tang crew. And I'm thinking, what is that I'm hearing? And it was the Wu-Tang crew. I guess some people, when they do surgeries, they play Bach or they play Chopin or something. But I'm hearing Wu-Tang crew, and I'm thinking, oh, I know they ain't playing this up here. Am I down here? I'm wondering, where the hell I'm at?
Why wouldn't they play Wu-Tang in heaven, though? Oh, come on, man. Wu love the kids, man.
Well, I don't know, baby. I don't know. I just suspected that wasn't being played up there inside them pearly gates.
What song was it? Was it Protect Your Neck?
It should have been Protect Something. But anyway, it's semi-blasting. And I guess they noticed I was a little awake, and the guy gave me a thumbs up and all of that. The strange thing today is they could go up your arm into your heart, and they could tell you can play golf the next day.
Oh, well, listen.
And I didn't.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
And CAMRON, I know you've done some surgeries.
Yes.
But I didn't. But I had some caps a year and a half ago, but it wasn't quite this, I guess, serious as this was. This was in an area they call the Widowmaker. What a name, huh? So I actually played golf 2 days later. And I could have played yesterday, but I didn't. And then, right as I'm getting over that, USC tried to give me another heart attack.
Listen, man, we got the week. We got the week UFC is trying to give you a heart attack because them niggas ain't shit. They beat Colorado. Yeah. I thought they was about something. Them niggas trash. But before we start the show, I just want to tell you that it's a blessing that you're here with us today, and we're happy that you're here. And listen, if you never even told me what you just told me, I want to know anything that happened. You look great, man.
Yeah. Oh.
Well, thank you. I feel good.
Great. If you die, I kill you.
Hey, first of all, I know you're going out to try to buy some insurance now.
Yeah.
It's some OJ life insurance.
Yeah, we taking out a $40 million plan on you.
Well, the 49ers didn't have a very good day. They lost their third straight game, 31-17 to the Bengals. So, OJ, do you think the 49ers are still on top?
Well, Treasure, we got these teams. it's like waves. You go through waves during the course of the season when you play great. Sometimes, and you go these ways, you get low, then you get on a run. The 49ers are kind of on the low right now. Um, don't get me wrong, they played Cincinnati, and Cincinnati is flying. I don't know what Cincinnati does, but every year, what's the name's getting an appendix out or something, Joe Burrow, something, and they start slow and then they take off. This is the second year in a row, I believe they've lost their first couple of games. And right now, Cincinnati is playing as well as they can play. But the 49ers, especially defensively, they're not. And that's a surprise because the 49ers is known for defense and known for running the ball. Brock Purdy, they might be relying on him a little too much. He may have to go back to being more of a game manager, which he was most of last year, and not trying to be the feature. I don't think he's trying to be the feature, but it seems like they may be trying to feature him in the offense a little too much to me. Anyway.
49ers are going to get as far as Christian McCaffrey takes them.
There it is.
I know you love your running back, so I'm just calling it like it is, man.
Hey, I love Christian. He went up to 16 games in a row today, touchdown.
Passed who? Who he passed? Who he passed? Oh, who record he passed?
Pardon me?
Whose record did he pass?
Well, he passed me this past week.
Okay, so it was your record before that, though.
Yeah, you would never know it to listen to the announcers.
Well, we're going to let niggas know you had 15 straight games with touchdowns. Christian McCaffrey just passed your record that you was holding, so congratulations to him. But no, it's not your go anymore. I'm going to talk. You had your chance to say what you want to say.
I'm listening.
Them niggas ain't shit unless Christian McCaffrey does what he has to do. When he gets hurt, they don't win. When he has less than 90 yards or even 100-yard games, they don't win. He's demoted to this team, and I totally agree with you when you say they're trying to do too much with Brock Purdy. I remember we had a few underdog higher or lower picks that we had to pick, and I always picked Brock Purdy under 250 or 220. I don't remember exactly what the bet was. I mean, not the bet, whether it was higher or lower, But you're right. He's one of the top game managers. When you got him trying to pass for over 400, close to 400 yards, he went 365. Where does that get you? A touchdown, 2 interceptions, and a loss. Christian McCaffrey's the motor to the 49ers. If he plays good, the 49ers win. If he doesn't play good, they don't win. That's just that simple. And Brock Purdy, 3 games in a row. And then you said last year, they had him in a game manager. How many games did he play last year? 8?
I think he won 8 games.
Yeah.
Last year.
Yeah, so he didn't even play. He didn't play a whole season. So don't act like last year he was killing them. He played the end of last year because niggas got hurt, so he played. Then he had a terrific start to this season. So everybody's like, "Oh, he's undefeated. He's Tom Brady. Oh, he's the man." Nah, he had a great winning streak last year with a great team and a great coach and a great offense. And then they had a great start to this year. And now they're talking about, oh, he never lost a game. Well, take 3 in a row, Brock. Take 3 in a row. 3 in a row, all right? They talk about, is it concussion protocol? We don't know. He might be concussed. Nah, bro, you just losing, man. You're talking about.
No, he's not.
And they said he got the concussion on the plane.
Yeah, come on, man. They making up excuses for that kid. Listen, it's the NFL. You're going to lose games. Now, back to my man from Ohio, Joe Burrow. I told niggas, let my man get healthy. I told niggas he missed the first 6 weeks of training camp. He was still hurt, but he got that 275, that clean 275. So he's like, I'm not going to sit out. I'm not going to limp around. I mean, not limp around the sideline when I can limp around the field. No disrespect to Deshaun Watson. And I know he wants to play as much as he wants to play, but he ain't been playing. My man Joe Burrow said, man, fuck all that, man. That 275 going to keep me out. Now he's playing better. Now the team's winning. Now we're 4-3, which basically, God, Mase, make your face because we're going to talk about Kansas City in a little while. Now look, we're tied for last place. I'm not going to say we because, anything Ohio is we. Y'all know that.
Yeah.
But the Bengals are tied for last place in the division, but we also tied for second place.
Yeah.
It's 3 teams that's 4-3, and then we're really only a game and a half behind Kansas City. So let us have another 4 good weeks, and we'll see who's going to be in first place.
Nobody's playing better ball than Cincinnati is right now. Cincinnati done hit their stride.
Listen, man,
Joe Burrow is totally healthy, and when he's healthy, I mean, he's the closest thing to Tom Brady as far as game playing.
Oh, you flip-flop every week.
This is what I was trying
first
to tell
the
you.
85 Bills, then you're in Miami. Where are you at now?
What do you mean where I'm at?
Where are you right now?
I'm still I don't quite get the question.
Yeah, because you're in Miami, you're in Buffalo. I don't know what is this.
You tell me who's playing better football than Cincinnati is right now.
Yeah, this is what I was trying to tell Mase when Joe was injured, but he didn't want to hear it. He was Titletown. He was this. He didn't want to hear it.
Philadelphia.
And so at the end of the day, like I was saying, just let Joe get better. And this is what's happening when he gets better. To Mace's point, real quick before Mase speaks, I don't see any 49er paraphernalia in the background.
Yeah.
Buffalo had an early week this week, so I don't see any Bills Mafia stuff.
Yeah.
All I see is USC stuff, and they won again by 1 or 2 points or whatever. They disgusting. But we'll get to all that later on. We just focusing on the 49ers and Ohio, Joe Burrow.
And what do you have on now? Pause. What is that? Texas orange? What are you doing now?
Oh man, I got grandkids now. So today my granddaughter went to pumpkin patch. So I got to kind of get into that.
I was about to say, I know you're not trying to pull a Texas move on us.
No, what do you got? 15, 16 grandkids? How many you got? That you know of.
That you know of.
Have you been to the pumpkin patch? Yeah, you got to get into the spirit of Halloween. So this is getting me into the spirit of Halloween.
Okay. Well said. Well said. Okay, the 49ers were on a low, but the Bills were on a high, beating the Bucs 24-18. So how did you feel about that game, OJ?
Well, I was happy to see them get back into the winning column, look, you say what you want to say. When Josh Allen is playing that schoolyard, whatever brand of football that he plays.
Here we go.
He's as exciting as any player in the game today. And he was on that pickup football game mode the other night. And that man is amazing. I mean, he's entertaining as hell. If you look at the stats, with the exception of the interceptions, I think he got 8 or something. He's leading in so many categories, I think Cousins is the only one with more touchdowns, but he's done for the season, it appears. Another quarterback down, CAMRON.
I know, you know what? When I seen that,
quarterback
another
down.
Achilles too.
When I seen that today, I said, "Here go." I knew you was gonna bring it up. But you know what?
But they get paid.
But what I will say is this. You're right about quarterbacks getting paid, but you can't do that to Kirk Cousins. He's been franchise tag year after year after year after year after year. He's been franchise tag more than anybody I've ever seen in my lifetime of anybody. Running back, wide receiver, any position of somebody getting franchise tag. I don't know if it's more than Kirk Cousins. I could be wrong. This just off the top of my head.
No, you're right. And he's done it by choice. Because he wouldn't sign the contracts they were offering him. So he's done that, but he's gambled, and that gamble paid off for him.
Yeah, because every year he's getting franchise tag.
You got to give him credit.
Yeah,
he took a gamble on his skills, and it paid off for him. And this year he was having probably his best year ever. I mean, he was having one of a year this year.
He was having a good year individually. Last year, Minnesota started off really well. And to where they thought that they could possibly go to the Super Bowl, they probably the first 10 games, and then they had a downslope. He was having a good individual year. But, Jefferson's not out there with him the whole time. So
yeah, and he's still having a great year.
Right, exactly.
But he got Addison, a good USC guy, I might add.
Here we
This
go.
kid Addison has been showing out.
Here we go. Well, let me tell
A
you,
good USC guy.
real quick, because I know every time we always say this, that you're going to veer off topic. Since we're talking about this, who's in the Heisman winner trophy leading before we get back to the game of the Bills and Tampa Bay? Who's winning the Heisman race right now? Quickly, because
I'm drawing a blank on his name, but he's a quarterback up in Washington.
Yeah, well, you know what? I'm going to go with Ohio State. What's my nigga's son name who killing Ohio State? Yeah, Morris Harris Jr.
Definitely.
It's coming back. The Heisman's coming back to Ohio. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, I
think
would say
he's
you're
in the
right.
lead.
It's between him and the quarterback, I would say, from Washington.
Yeah,
Michael Penix Jr.
It's between the two of them.
The one your homeboy said he want big Penix energy. Your man. Said that's your friend, Desmond Howard. Real quick, so back to the Bills real quick. I just seen highlights from this game. I didn't see the whole thing, but looking at the stats, look, this is a recipe for a win for the Bills to win. I see another interception, like you said, Josh Allen had, but I look at here and he had 4 receivers over 65 yards. 65 yards, Diggs 70 yards, Davis 87 yards, Shakur, if I was pronouncing it right, sorry if I didn't, 92 yards. And when you got receivers getting that many yards, they're going to win. To me, this is more about Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay came in playing really well. I think they started 3-0, and I was like, damn, this might be a good place for Baker Mayfield. They shuffling that nigga.
Spoke too early.
Yeah, I definitely did. Because we was all saying what's Tampa going to do because Tom Brady wasn't there. And I thought it was a good start. They had good receivers. Definitely
he
Mike
started
Evans.
talking again. You told him don't talk.
Yeah,
then he started talking.
Yeah. I didn't know. See, he should shut. When he talks, it's not good. Yes.
Cameron, you might have a little of that Brock Purdy effect. He started the season being more of the manager of the team, not making mistakes. And it just seemed like the more he started throwing more passes and the more they seemed like they started relying on him, let's face it, he was a Heisman Trophy winner, loved the man for it, he was great in college, but he's never gonna be the guy to take a team anywhere. He's gonna be a part of a system that might work, but the minute you try to make him, the chief, the driving the train, then you're in trouble. And I think in the last few weeks they started, making him the chief. And I think he should have been just, basically in the caboose, making sure everything was working correctly. I see a lot of similarity in the last few games with them as I see with the 49ers.
OJ, when you say managing the game versus becoming a feature, how many passes is that? What's the pass difference?
You're looking at 20, maybe.
Yeah.
22, you're running the ball, 20, 22 passes, play action passes. Look, what Russell Wilson, look what he won with. How many passes he throw? I don't think he threw 20 passes.
Yeah.
And they won. They beat your boys. They beat your boys.
Listen,
throwing less than 20 passes, I believe.
To ask a question, kind of what Mase is saying, so you can't throw over 22, 23 passes, you're saying. But
if you're managing the game.
I mean, if you're managing the game, but when you have a poor rushing, they have 78 yards total with 5 different people rushing, including Baker Mayfield for 19 yards. He came in second in rushing. What are you supposed to do when your rushing attack is not working?
Well, once again, if you get behind early, you're gonna have to throw the ball. Winning football is running the ball, playing defense. Philly is kind of doing that. It's been even the 49ers, let me tell you, last year and early this year, they were running the hell out of the ball, playing great defense. And that's what Sean Payton kind of went against what he did in New Orleans. And all of a sudden, I think he got through to Russell Wilson and that Denver offense, that Denver team. Last couple of weeks, them boys are playing some real conservative football, real good defense, and they're running the football. You got to want to run the
See,
football to run the
He
team.
said
this
conservative
is my
football.
problem with you. Oh,
Yeah.
this is the problem right here. That you were so good and so great that these niggas is bums compared to you, and I dig it. You got to understand that. Oh, and it's reverse situation sometimes. I was watching some highlights of you, and your quarterback threw 4 for 21 with 29 yards. What kind of quarterback is that? That throws 4 for 21 and gets 29 yards, and so therefore you got to rush for 276 yards. That means y'all had a total of 303 yards, and 276 of them, I don't know who else ran the ball, pardon me. It may have been other people, but I don't know. That may have been stupid for anybody else to even run if you're having a game like that. You have a total of 300 something yards, majority from O.J. Simpson. So now fast forward to 2023, and I don't even think it was like that back then. You're just a rare breed. You can't expect everybody to have a good run game because, look, as good as you was, and Hall of Famer and everything else, you never won a championship. That's not a recipe to win a championship. And everybody knew you wasn't going to win a championship because you was the only player on the
I
team.
disagree. I disagree. And here's the thing: if you got a defense, as Baltimore showed with Ray Lewis, them and that boy running for 2,000 yards, if you got a defense, that is a recipe for winning a championship.
We talking about
how
once
many
in a blue
passes do you
moon.
think? How many passes a
Oh,
game
got
do
real
you think Bob
defensive
Greasy
about that.
threw?
Never won a championship. Look at his demeanor.
No, I am so about it. I'm like Barry Sanders. I did everything I could to get traded to a team that would at least give me a chance.
Yeah,
But back then they wouldn't let the brothers go. If they had the brothers in handcuffs, they were staying in handcuffs. Today, these quarterbacks and stuff, they pretty much go where they want to go.
Let me ask you a question, real quick, and this is not even being funny. This is a real question. Was you playing, or at least college, was you playing when Martin Luther King was still alive?
Yeah.
Yeah, you from that era, nigga. They ain't letting you go. They not letting you go. Yeah. I dig that. I understand that 100%.
I even marched with him as a kid. I marched with him with 1,000 other
Come
people.
on now. Oh, you ain't marched with the king.
Yeah, on Market Street in San Francisco, yeah.
That's
back
what's
when
up,
all the riots was everywhere.
Nah,
yeah.
That's what's up, man.
But I was a nobody. I was a kid, we were messing around with the National Guard, messing with the National Guard. They were all along the street. Yeah, that's
the point. I can understand they not letting you go because you sensational. Now you keep talking about these Baltimore Ravens. Once in a while it happens, or a defense with a good running game wins a championship, but it's not a recipe for back-to-back championships. It happens every 11, 12 years. Peyton Manning had a bad year the year. That's the last time it happened when he played with the Broncos, and he wasn't playing his best quarterback. And they won the championship because of defense, Von Miller and the crew. Go ahead, go ahead.
Well, Miami went to 3 straight Super Bowls, 1, 2. And I guarantee you, if you look, Bob Greasy may have been throwing 16 to 20 passes a game. It was Mercury, Morrison, Kick, and Zaka running the ball. And Pacheco, when he started running the ball last year for Kansas City, that's when all of a sudden they became almost unbeatable. You got to be able to run the football, but you got to play defense. It's all you got to play defense.
Saquon
wins championships.
Saquon Barkley ran the ball today. Oh, what happened with that? He ran for about 150 yards.
I'm sorry, say again?
Saquon Barkley ran the ball today. What happened with that?
Well, Saquon, they can't win unless Saquon is running. I mean, they truly cannot win unless Saquon is running the ball.
Well,
that was soccer.
They didn't win today.
Yeah, he ran today.
Well, that ain't every game. You can't make this thing a every time thing. Look, Saquon is great.
You was doing it every time.
And I wasn't winning every time.
This is thank you.
Thank you.
You answered the question. Thank you. Oh, that's all.
You don't win like that. That's what we was trying to prove to you.
Trying to say. Thank you.
You proved us right.
Don't let no Harlem niggas trap you off, man.
On a basketball court. I can't wait to get you on a basketball, Mace. What are you, 5'8"?
Oh,
What are
you
you,
wildin'
5'8",
now. Oh,
5'9"? To
I
back you
definitely.
up, and then you ain't gonna win.
Oh, I definitely got to get in shape
I'm
now.
gonna put
Man,
these
niggas,
76
they keep
years on
calling
you.
you out,
Yeah, we
man.
going from stat baby want to play one-on-one now. OJ want to play.
Yo, it's
Oh,
a
niggas ain't that old. Oh, niggas.
yo, niggas keep trying to
Yo,
violate
niggas
you,
is
yo. They
violating.
trying to
Don't
violate
let me
you.
nigga.
back you up.
Yo. Yo.
Really quick before we talk more about the Chiefs, I do want a quick prediction because you did say Ohio was playing good football. So the Bengals do play the Bills next. Who do you see winning, the Bengals or the Bills?
Yeah.
2 weeks in a row. I got Mason, I got OG.
Don't put me in this seat. I think, look, I'm cheering for the Bills. I think the Bills losing Milano. They lost possibly their best defensive lineman, their best defensive player in the Milano, and their best cornerback in Darius White, I believe it is. And I don't think you can lose that quality off your defense and beat a team that's right the way
God, man.
Oh,
Cincinnati
Oh
your
my
tried to play.
excuses
God,
are
man.
immaculate.
She
Oh,
just asked
Well,
you who
your
will win. Oh
excuses are
God.
I have
Here
immaculate.
to
we
Yeah.
qualify.
go.
Oh, when
I have
is
to
your
qualify
birthday?
what I
Oh
Oh,
my
said.
goodness,
OJ, when is
man.
your birthday, man? Your excuses are immaculate.
Oh, who's gonna win the game? Oh, that's it, man.
I'm cheering for Buffalo, but if I had to bet, I would probably put my money on Cincinnati.
All
Yeah.
right,
Okay.
that's what I'm saying. Listen, man, when it come to
Yeah.
Patrick Mahomes, Josh Allen, my man Burrow is like Antonio Tarver, and no disrespect to Roy Jones. When he see him, he look at them before he get on that field and say, "Any excuses tonight, y'all?" Because
What you gonna say now? What you gonna do
he
now?
gets hyped when he see them two niggas. It ain't even no hoping or wishing. Joe Burrow's gonna kill Josh Allen next week, and remember I told you that.
I'm hoping you're wrong. That's all I can do. Hope springs eternal. That's all I can do is hope.
Well, can't wait to talk about it next week because we will see. Okay, so you started talking about it a bit, but the Chiefs snapped their winning streak after a pretty bad loss to the Broncos, 24-9. So, OJ, what are your thoughts on that game? And Mace, we're gonna have to hear from you too.
Well, let
We're
me
a
say,
January team, oh. We're January, February,
well, nobody expect anybody to go undefeated or not lose a couple of games. On my X or Twitter today, the real OJ 32, I predicted that I said, you
Oh,
better
my
watch
goodness.
everybody. I know this sounds crazy, but you better watch Denver, the Broncos today. I said it this morning, nationally.
Oh, where you
Uh,
get that
I
from, oh?
saw this coming. It was coming from 2 weeks earlier they played. When teams play in the first same conference together, they know each other. They play each other tough. These guys played 2 weeks ago in Kansas City. Kansas City only scored 19 points. They won, but they only scored 19 points. It was obvious that Sean Payton was getting the Broncos better, little better each week, a little better each week. Now they're playing up in Bronco territory. It's a little cold, and it just looked to me like this was a perfect setup to ambush KC and beat KC, and that's exactly what they did. Now I recognize that Patrick Mahomes was really sick leading up to the game, but they were chasing him all over the place. Patrick may have been a little better if he wasn't sick, but when teams play one another, and I'll tell everybody this, when they play that second time, don't bet the over. If it's over 2.5, 3 points, take the team getting the points because they play each other tougher because they know one another. The year that the Miami Dolphins went undefeated, they beat us, and we were horrible. I think we won 3 or 4 games. They beat us by 1 point, and they beat us by 2 points. That's how tough we played them. And that's what happened to Kansas City today. They played a team that knew them and a team that was ready to play, ready to get them. And they got them.
Oh, this has nothing to do with they know us, oh, or they've been working to beat us. Oh, this is simply They're trying to keep Pat Mahomes was doing a favor to Russell to keep him and Sierra together. That's all this is about. Let them win a game. Keep them happy in the Bronco land. You know they can't beat us. So.
They beat y'all today, Mase. They won today. I know that.
Just let them win one, you know?
Why would you let them anybody in your division win anything?
You see your doctor. What day do you see your shrink?
Oh, we're here for January and February, oh. We're not here for just the Broncos. Come on, oh.
Yeah.
You know better than that.
Super Bowl is basically through KC. You know what I'm saying?
Thank you,
KC,
put your thinking hat back on.
Yeah, I don't know if you can every year change your receivers to the degree that they do. It's got to catch up to them sooner or later. I wish I could show you a picture of me as for 2 Halloweens in a row. I went as Patrick Mahomes with the wig and the bandana and the whole thing. You know, I had a little tiny mustache he used to wear. You know,
well, right now
I love Patrick Mahomes.
I like Pat too.
I love Patrick Mahomes. I don't think anybody who loves football can appreciate and love what they see when they see that man playing football.
Well, listen, man. First, I'll tell Mase this is that regardless, Russell Wilson just shut down a whole Waffle House for Sierra on Wednesday and took her to the Waffle House because that's her favorite place to eat. They ain't had nothing to do. This was before the game. She ain't going nowhere. They ain't had nothing to do with it. Nigga ran out a whole Waffle House. This nigga, I bet you Russell never been to a Waffle House outside of meeting Sierra. I don't think Russell Wilson ever been to a Waffle House in his life. I'll say that. Secondly, Mase, and you too, OJ, because you just said the Super Bowl goes through Kansas City. Not necessarily. Mase voice. Not right now, because in the AFC, it's everybody at the top of their division is 6-2. So you got Miami 6-2. You got Baltimore Ravens 6-2. You actually got the Jacksonville Jaguars 6-2, and you have Kansas City 6-2. So they don't even lead the AFC right now at this particular point. They're tied with 3 other teams for first. So it doesn't necessarily go through Kansas City like like it usually does previous years. Miami looks good, look like Baltimore's making strides. We just talked about what my nigga Joe Burrow is doing. So, we're going to have to slow that down. I don't care how many Halloween outfits you had. We're going to see what the Super Bowl goes through this year coming up.
Let me just say, off the top of my head, I would say that. Outside of that, you can't forget in the other league, you can't forget both. Philly is just playing so they just win it. You know what they're doing? Even when they don't have super games, they win. So that's what great teams do. Well, they win when they're not at their best.
Philly's leading the whole NFL at 7-1, so you're absolutely right.
Yeah.
And they're just winning. But in the American League, I agree. Look, I told you in the beginning, right now, I don't think anybody is playing better. I ain't saying they're the best team. I'm just saying,
come on.
Better than Cincinnati, man. Cincinnati
and I'm going to keep it 100.
Right
and I'm going to keep it 100.
They only won 4 games, though.
Yeah, but we're only a game and a half out of first place.
And everybody that's tied with us is like, you remember it was Kobe and Shaq, and then you had Portland, and then you had Sacramento, all them teams that they were good until it really counted. This is one of those situations. Don't get your hopes up too high, you know? Like I said, it comes through title town. Cam was right before. I'm going to stand right there.
If that's the case, Baltimore's title town too. Like Baltimore has titles as well. So
yeah, they'll be coming through.
It's a couple title towns up there. It's not just, they're not the only title town in the building.
It's a new day, Cam.
Yeah, I'm just telling you.
New hotness.
I'm just telling you. It's a lot of title towns up here. We talking about title town. But what I will say is this. You could say you just left the pumpkin patch and everything else. But that is Cincinnati Bengal orange you got on, bro. And I'm happy that you're wearing it, bro. I'm glad you see what's going on. Appreciate that.
Well, no, I had Burrows not this year, but the previous 2 years, he was my fantasy quarterback, and I love the kid.
Oh,
I
come
mean, I
on.
think
Oh,
he's unbelievable. Yeah, I really
oh,
do. I think
oh,
just as a
stop.
pure
Oh,
pocket passer, even though he can run from time to time, but as a pure pocket passer, there's nobody better than Joe Burrow.
oh, do you
You
stand
know,
on anything you say? I thought I was bad. Oh,
well, I say a lot of things. I stand on a lot of things.
yeah.
I say a lot of things and I stand on a lot of things. But
Yeah.
I'm always just what I call your classic. You know, you wouldn't call Patrick Mahomes or Josh Allen your classic, Johnny Unitas type quarterbacks. I mean, in the Johnny Unitas vein, you go to the Manning type guys, even the boy that played in San Diego. But that's the vein that Joe Burrow was in. That
Oh, you're
classic
ahead. Stop. Oh,
pocket
you're ahead,
quarterback.
man.
Pardon me?
You're ahead of the game. Stop. Oh, stop while you're ahead, man. Everybody, everybody you want to go for, you find this whole soliloquy of everything you want to say about them. Where do you
Yeah.
find this at? Oh,
I don't know. Maybe I found it with Shaq and Kobe and and whatever else. Those
you
other
an
teams.
English
Maybe that's why
major.
I
Oh,
found
you an
it.
English major. I know that.
Fair point. Fair point.
Yeah.
Well, let us know in the comments what you guys think about the Bengals. We're going to go to break. And when we return, we will talk about the Ravens.
She called this thing about toxic. 4 years and counting. Got you feeling like an option. Maybe I'm my own problem, babe. She tired of hearing I don't know. My stubborn in me won't fall. Dealing with this thing called trust. But she really thinking about she wanna be free.
Welcome back. So let's get into our underdog fantasy picks of the day. This afternoon, the Celtics will play the Wizards. Underdog fantasy has Jason Tatum at 25.5 points. Do you have him higher or lower, Mase?
Higher.
Okay.
I'm gonna go lower. I think the way Boston is playing right now, it's always gonna be Jason Tatum's team, no matter what. But it's looking like the offense is running through Porzingis. So I think I'm gonna go lower with that.
Okay. Jaylen Brown is at 3.5 assists. Do you have him higher or lower, Cam?
I'm gonna go higher.
Yeah, higher.
Okay. And Kyle Kuzma is at 8 rebounds. Do you have him higher or lower, Mase?
That's a challenging one. Lower.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a tough one.
Yeah,
Is his hair still blonde?
I think so.
It's too
He had
many
something- he
people
had a lot
on
of different
Boston
things.
for him to get more than
Let me
8
see.
rebounds.
If his hair's still blonde, lower.
Lower? I think it is still blonde. He
Yeah,
might
I'm
have
wrong.
changed it.
I'm
He actually has a kiss.
He
on
has
it.
a red.
lower.
Yeah, red
Nigga don't want
heart.
no rebounds. He ain't nigga like that. He want to score. He want to show off for Winnie. What up, Winnie? I'm going low on the rebounds. They don't represent rebounds.
Okay. Make sure to download the Underdog Fantasy app and you can make your picks too. Now we are joined back by our football analyst, Oche. Okay. The Ravens beat the Cardinals 31-24. The Ravens are currently first in AFC North. So are you confident in their team right now, OJ?
Yeah, yes, I am. The Ravens are tough. They're physical. They're smash mouth. And I think, I've seen the progression of Lamar. He has really progressed as a passer. And I think he can actually beat you from the pocket now without having to take off and run, but he certainly has that ability when he has to. But it's a classic case of they're trying to make him that good pocket quarterback, keep the game under control, but they play tough defense. Defense, defense, defense. So as long as they're playing the defense that they're playing, and Lamar can pass from the pocket and still in his back pocket have that takeoff ability, I wouldn't want to play him. I don't know anybody that really wants to play him. They're capable of beating anybody. I don't think they're the best team in football right now, but I think they could be.
Oh, you don't think he's better when he's actually passing and running though? Like
Well, yeah, that's what
as
I say.
much running?
They won't even think about passing first. I saw, oh Jesus, y'all, I know y'all gonna get on my case, but I saw Cam Williams at SC the other day look to pass and then immediately look to run instead of staying a fraction longer to pass, where he would have been better off to do that. And I think that's what they've coached Lamar into waiting that extra fraction. You know what I mean? Don't look at that first receiver, and if he ain't there, take off. Go through your progressions, then take off. And I think he's done a hell of a job of it up to now, and that's why they're winning. That and defense is why they're winning. He's one of the most. I put him in that category with obviously. I put Josh them in his category almost. Josh and Mahomes. That these guys are not your classic quarterbacks, classic pocket quarterbacks, but they're capable of doing that at times. And then they have that unusual ability of ad-libbing and making big plays.
They beat the Cardinals. Everybody beats the Cardinals. The Cardinals are trying to lose on purpose. They're tanking.
They cost me $100. I'm gonna tell you that.
And I don't know why you would bet on a team that's purposely tanking.
No. I had 8.5 points, and the score was they were 10 points up with a minute and something. What's his name was trying an onside kick, and a USC receiver, can't think of his name, didn't run and catch the onside kick, and it failed. They got it, and they kicked the field goal, and there went my 8.5 points. Cost me $100.
Yeah, well, come to Underdog. We'll make sure you win that money back, man. Underdog Fantasy, man. And the first thing you put up 100, we'll give you 200, man. We'll double the first thing you put up, and you're gonna win over here fucking with me.
I'm waiting.
Yeah,
I'm
man.
Waiting,
just holler at me, and we're gonna get that done for you. Them niggas is fucking. Listen, I like Baltimore. I love Lamar Jackson. It's always gonna be. Is he a pocket passer? Is he better rushing? Because he's so great at rushing. You know, probably the best since Michael Vick, if not better than Michael Vick. I wouldn't put him there yet because I love Michael Vick. But at the end of the day, I don't think this was a real test this weekend. I think that everybody, even though the Cardinals have been losing, they're losing by less than a touchdown or a touchdown less every game they've been playing. Even though it seems like they're trying to tank. Kyler Murray isn't on schedule to come back. People who are good went out of there. I just don't really think that this was a real test for the Ravens this week, and we'll see whoever they play next week. I'll go with that.
Well, test is it's the toughest thing for good teams to do is to not play down to the competition. If you notice, a lot of the losses this year, the better teams have lost to teams they have no reason to lose to.
I told you, I wouldn't know nothing about that. That's why we talked about the players when I bust there. I don't let teams that's lower than me even think that they have a chance when I used to play. Sorry, Jingles again. So it's just not going to happen. I spoke to Jingles earlier today.
Jing, you got to call up, Jing.
Yeah, we got to get Jingles on the phone. Nah, I spoke to Jingles earlier. We good. But, you know, Jingles said, come on, you play with the Chos. Y'all had a crew. I said, this is why we didn't let y'all play with us. We didn't play them games, man.
Yeah.
All right. USC beat California 50-49 after previously losing to Utah and Notre Dame. OJ, I don't think we got your opinion on those games, so I definitely want you to share how you feel about that. But basically, what do you think is the issue with USC, and how do you feel about Caleb Williams now?
He painted his nails.
Caleb Williams is going to be the first guy drafted. We know that. He's got a whole lot of Patrick Mahomes in his game. USC is they got what I consider a great offensive play caller, an offensive coach who happens to be the head coach. But I would call him more of an offensive coordinator because not to be able to develop a defense with the recruiting vehicle that USC is, recruiting vehicle. Look at all the guys that came to SC with this guy. These great athletes on offense. And I know these guys on defense are some good athletes. I was crying for 2 years now. You heard me. That the FC defense plays soft. I saw a guy last week who they hit a quarterback for a loss on a key play, and he's like this, like he's guarding somebody in basketball instead of attacking. Now, in this game, I got to say, in the second half, it looked like they let him go, and the guys started attacking a little more. But a lot of times you have these great offensive teams, is how they practice. In practice, the defense kind of give to the offense. You know what I mean? They don't want to get too physical with the offensive players. They want on pass routes and stuff. They kind of play off them because the stars are the offense. That wasn't the way with Ray Lewis now. Ray Lewis, hey, this is my part of the field. This is my area. I don't care what your name is on offense. We ain't letting you run through here. And SC, I think they play to the. I think it has to do with practice. Now I'm told that the defensive coordinator is a good friend of the coach. I don't know. Maybe that's it. But I think they're rated. Who knows? Well over 100 in defense. USC, major school like this, they can't take this defense to the Big Ten next year. They can't do it. And they can't take whoever's responsible for this defense to the Big Ten next year, or they're going to get embarrassed. They're in trouble. These next 3 games, I'm telling you, these next 3 games that they got, I think it's Oregon and Washington and UCLA, with that defense, they're going to have to score 50 points. I said that last week on this show. To win, SC has to score 50 points. I didn't know it would be that literal this week, but I said it last week. They got to almost score 50 points to win games because of their defense, and there's no reason for them to be playing this that bad on defense with the athletes that they have.
Well, nobody else gives a shit but you, so you could just wrap it up for me. I don't give a shit.
You know what's so funny?
I don't give a shit
heard one
about
word
that.
about Colorado today.
Yeah.
Not one word about
He snapped
Colorado
it back.
today.
He snapped it back.
You know, I don't see you talking about the sweatshirts. Were you in Boulder this week?
Yeah, with that sweatshirt,
Mase, he wasn't in that celebrity section. You know, the celebrity section they had going.
Yeah.
We gonna talk about them tomorrow. You running out of time.
Yeah.
That was good.
You right.
Oh, you getting wild crazy now.
You know what, Y'all bringing your topics to the table too next week. so in case we skip on something that needs to be touched.
Yeah.
I don't want to feel like we leaving out anything that you want to talk about, but I ain't got nothing to say about that, man. I'm just, listen, man. You know the thing about, I'm going to say something. Is that I feel Deion Sanders' frustration because, Deion was, I'm not comparing you two guys, but y'all two are both Hall of Fame players. And sometimes when you can't get your kids to do what you used to do, that shit could be frustrating. I've seen plays where it looked like they gave up. I think that the offensive line is in on a RICO case, a conspiracy to get Shedeur Sanders killed out there. Like, are they down with the other teams? Are they betting? Are they down? Are they placing bets? Because the pass protection is non-existent. And I know when I go back to Boulder, they're going to look at me, probably bump me in the locker room pause when I walk past. I don't care, man. Get that man some protection, bro. It's ridiculous, the offensive line that they have there right now. And it makes me frustrated and it makes me mad. And I see Deion's frustration as well. Go ahead, I'm sorry.
I agree with that totally. They're not getting out coached the games that they're losing. They just don't have the talent that some of those other teams have. But I'm sure Deion had a plan when he came there. Deion knew he had to get linemen, and this past year he made his first step. The team got wins. These guys are getting to know each other, and the skill positions they're really really good. But if they had like those linemen that Utah had, offensive and defensive linemen that I saw Utah have, them big physical hard bodies, it'd be a different story. But he has a plan, and he's going to recruit heavily for linemen and offense and defensive linemen. I think he knows he's in good shape in the skill positions, with the freshmen and the sophomores that have already transferred there. He knows right now it's all about getting linemen. You can't just do it in 1 year. You have to build a program over a few years, and that's what he's doing.
Oh, I heard you say something about he's not getting out coached, right? If you're ever up 20 points and you lose, whose fault is that then?
Coach.
Coach. So how can you say he didn't get out coached? Oh.
Well, it happens. I mean, I'm just saying in general, he has done a good job of coaching those kids, and everybody's blown a lead. I mean, it has happened. Even Belichick has blown a lead, but I think Deion has done a masterful job at this point. I think he's got a lot of talent to work with in the skill positions. Right now, he's got and you can see all those skilled players. Hey, I get to go play for Deion Sanders. They probably wanted to be Deion growing up.
Yeah.
So those guys ran over there. Not so much big linemen. Those big linemen, they're looking at Wisconsin and Iowa. They're looking at how many of those big old offensive linemen are playing in the NFL.
Yeah.
And so it's a little tougher recruiting for him to recruit those guys to come to Colorado.
Yep. Yeah, I agree. And it's a process. So over time, we'll see.
Yeah, I think Deion is doing a great job.
Don't backtrack, homie.
I was just saying that game, he got out coached that game.
Don't backtrack.
I don't like people to say things up here that's not true, As an expert, I got to call that,
Don't backtrack. Keep that same energy.
Yeah, I got the same energy.
All right.
Go ahead, Steph.
All right. Well, OJ, thank you for being here.
Thank you.
Yo, thanks.
Treasure.
Oh, we appreciate you,
You
man.
are Treasure. Thank you, guys.
All right.
And I'll try to keep this thing working for another week.
Oh, man, God bless. Much prayers to you. You be all right. We'll see you next week, man.
We will.
We got much more shit to do.
Yeah.
We're going to go to
God bless, man.
We're going to go to break, and when we return, we will talk basketball.
Pink horsepower.
She called this thing about toxic.
What's happening, baby? Baby, what's happening?
Why you walking like that?
That's how I walk.
And then like you come on breathing on me like that.
I fucking breathe to live.
And like you used to be dark skinned and now you act like hella light skinned.
Are you fucking blind? I'm dark skinned. What the fuck?
And then like look at your beard.
What the fuck is
Your
wrong with
beard
my
looks
beard?
stupid.
What the fuck are you talking about?
No, I don't even like it. The way you breathe in all of that.
Has this ever happened to you? Your girl seems to be mad, angry, upset. She's frustrated. It's only one way to handle that. Pink horsepower.
But your breath is really refreshing.
No.
I'm just trying to give you a massage. Plus, have I told you how good your beard looks lately? It looks so good.
No! PHP. It works every time.
Wait, where you going?
Welcome back. The Warriors beat the Rockets 106-95. So what were your thoughts on that game?
Warriors Lockers, let me pull up my shit, man. I was caught the highlights. First of all, I know y'all gonna be mad at me. I know it. I already know y'all gonna be mad at me. I told y'all this. When Draymond Green comes back, CP3 goes on the bench. I won $10,000 on Underdog making this prediction before it even happened. I said, whenever Draymond gets back, CP3 will be playing the bench, and I want, thanks to the family over there, Underdog won me a quick 10 racks, because I knew this. And whoever didn't do this, and then if Steve Kerr didn't do this, he would have looked crazy not doing it. Like, yo, I think, and listen, because people like Cam, you hating on Chris Paul. Y'all up there always dissing Chris Paul. He's like, yeah, Mase told me I don't like his energy. Listen, man, it makes sense. I think this is kind of, outside of him being in Phoenix, this may be the best opportunity for him to win a championship when he's not in the starting lineup. I think he's exceptional for their second unit. If it isn't Golden State's second unit, the only other place that I think Chris Paul would make perfect sense is right now, as a starter, would be San Antonio. Because Wemby needs a Chris Paul right now. I'm not saying he needs him his whole career, but he needs a veteran.
From the beginning.
Yeah, from the beginning, throw him the lob, show him where to be at. Chris Paul loves doing shit like telling you where to go. I think right now that would be a perfect spot for Chris Paul. But him and Golden State in the second unit, I think is great. I know, like I said, I know, Cam, you hating on CP3. I don't coach the Golden State Warriors.
He played well against the Suns. He looked
well. What did he shoot? Murder? He's 4 for 16.
He looked like he was blending in.
See, that's the problem. Niggas not looking at the numbers. Like, I'll give you a perfect example, right? I happened to wake up, and I'm mad because I fell asleep at the end of the Boston game. And I caught the second half of the Kings versus Golden State. And they was going up, I think going to the fourth quarter, they was up 18 points. By the time it was 3 minutes left in the quarter, they was up 6 points. And Steph Curry had to come back and do Steph Curry shit or threes and all type, put niggas to sleep, all type of shit. But what I did watch when I watched it, what I did see was that he dribbles a lot. That's a motion offense where they don't dribble. If you dribbling for 20 seconds and they're stagnated.
He was taking 8 dribbles.
Yeah, and more than that, because he's facing you. Then when you come, by the time people now, they're just looking at you, what you gonna do? And I don't know if y'all lining them stuff in Clay, because they not even moving when he got the ball. They hit the niggas with, go ahead. Go ahead and do some CP3 shit. But it's not a motion offense, kind of like when Draymond's in his constant movement, those guys don't stop moving.
Everybody's running all picks.
Right, exactly.
Catching and shooting.
Exactly. And he dribbled. I watched play after play after play, turnover after turnover after turnover. So, it was a 20-point lead, down to 5-point lead, 6-point lead with 3 minutes left, to where De'Aaron Fox, he had, I think, 20 points in the fourth quarter. Now your defensive liability on defense, second unit. I said this in the freestyle, but I've been feeling like this since I heard the trade. And Steve Kerr, he agreed with it. Back to the game tonight. Steph Curry. Secondly, Dylan Brooks, what the fuck was you doing when stuff mixed you up? What? I think that
nigga ran this way, came back,
and then jumped up with his legs sideways. He jumped sideways like this.
He was trying to get out the way.
And I think he did that just to make the highlight reel on the defensive end by getting shook. Steph Curry did the Home Alone when it was over. He did one of these. Like, listen, man. I'm not giving Dylan Brooks much attention off that, but it looked like they had a well-balanced game. Looking at the stats right here, Draymond only played 21 minutes. They're gonna work his minutes back. CP3, 3 for 8, less than 50% again. 0 for 3 from 3. Made his 2 free throws. He had 8 points. Steph Curry, 24. Look, Golden State, they can make some noise with CP3 coming off the bench.
So you think this is gonna be his worst year ever?
No, I don't know.
Stat-wise.
It possibly could be. Because, look, another thing is this, and we all know, because, I mean, not to this level, obviously, but if you're a starter and you don't agree to come off the bench, they tell you you're going to come off the bench. Here's one thing when you Ginobili and you be like, yo, I'm doing this for the better of the team.
Yeah.
And you get that. Or Carmelo Anthony in his latter years. Mm-hmm. When they be like, yo, Steve
Allen Iverson.
When they say, oh, Steve wants you in his office.
Yeah. Want to talk to you about the future plans on this team.
Yeah, so I don't know if he's going to be, and looking at these numbers, it was a big adjustment. You know, I don't remember him having game in single digits. I don't know, it may have been recently, but.
Nah, he's never been in.
Yeah, he's like single digits.
He's never had a triple single.
Yeah, single digits and assists and points. He had a double cheeseburger.
I don't think he's gonna join Pat Bev though.
Oh no, I ain't gonna do that.
Put some respect on CP name.
No, I'm just saying he had a double cheese right here. He had 7 and 8. You know.
Yeah, White Castles today.
Yeah, but I think if he adjusts to his role, I think it could be beneficial. What do you think?
Yeah, I think if he really embraced the role, he could even get 18 off the bench. You know,
I think so too. I think
you gotta understand when you come in, you're only getting this amount of time and go crazy.
Yeah, 27 minutes.
Yeah.
Listen, Steph Curry only had 31 minutes. He had the same amount of playing time as Andrew Wiggins, Klay Thompson.
But that's gonna change. That's gonna change. We know that's gonna change.
Well, tonight
Steph don't need that much rest.
Yeah, tonight
it's some guards you don't want to play behind.
Yeah, 27 minutes was just as much as everybody except for Steph. Matter of fact, Steph only had 31 minutes tonight. They all played the same amount of minutes, different results, but they got the win.
Yeah.
Okay. The Lakers lost to the Kings 132-127. Although they lost, AD and LeBron are the first Lakers duo to each have 25 points and 15 rebounds in a game since Shaq and Kobe on Christmas Day in 2002 versus the Kings. But besides that fact, how do you feel about the Lakers right now?
The Lakers organization or ESPN or anybody would just find a way to get the Lakers a highlight. Like, oh, the first niggas since Shaq and Kobe did it, so what a
don't compare this to Shaq and Kobe. Don't do that.
Don't do that.
Don't do that.
Please don't do that. What I'm saying is it's a damn shame. And listen, I spoke to Rich Paul last week, and it had nothing to do with the Lakers or anything else. We was talking about his book. He's about to come to Vegas. Obviously, his wife performs out here often. So he's going to be on It Is What It Is soon. We talked about a few different things. So shout out to Rich, shout out to LeBron, shout out to Randy, shout out to Math. I just say that because I hate to down his clients. You know, it's just that simple. And it's not LeBron, the client I'm not referring to. I'm referring to it's a damn shame that LeBron is still out here having to get 27 points and 15 rebounds and a losing effort in his 21st season, about to be 39 years old in a month or two. Goddamn shame that you putting this load on him. Pause. Like, goddamn, Anthony Davis. And you still lose. And you still lose. Let's see where my man had. Let's see, because, well, you know, we didn't talk about how much Fox had. 37, all right?
Yeah.
Cook, who he cooked? The niggas who snitched this nigga D-Lo? Cooked him? Where's all the ice in the veins now, D-Lo? Cooked you, my nigga. De'Aaron Fox is a problem, man. You know, I watched him the other night. He is a fucking problem. I don't even know what to say because I know LeBron wants to win bad. I actually watched the game the other night when they did beat Phoenix. And, you know,
that don't count. Book wasn't playing.
I was just about to say that.
Bill wasn't playing.
Book wasn't, well, I was going to say it's 100%. Book wasn't playing. Bill wasn't playing. And LeBron had to take the game over in the fourth quarter for them to win. Can we get some help? From Ohio to Chicago to LA, Anthony Davis, I'm saying we as Ohioans, could we get some damn help? Please, because LeBron really wants to win. I don't know if you think he out there for the check, which he's going to get paid. He's a billionaire already. Could we get some help, Anthony Davis? If it requires you to score 40, can you get us 40? And I'm not saying us as a Laker. I'm saying as an Ohioan. Please. God damn, stop acting like, first nigga Shaq and Kobe. No, this is not a Shaq and Kobe, yo. This is not a Shaq and Kobe, and they lost. And if Bradley Beal and Devin Booker was playing the other night, they'd be 0-3 instead of 1-2. Please, Anthony Davis, on behalf of Ohio.
This y'all king, though.
Who?
Anthony Davis.
He ain't my king. First of all, I ain't got no king.
No, this the nigga he said he want to turn the team over to.
Oh, yeah.
This
Yeah.
y'all king.
Yeah, King James, that's my nigga. I don't call him king. I call him my brother from another mother.
Yeah.
Now,
No, we not talking about LeBron. We saying this the nigga you said you're going to play second to. You just can't do it.
But you know what the thing is? And LeBron will never say, I seen LeBron after the game when they beat the Suns, and LeBron said, AD, and he cursed on TV. He said, AD don't give a shit what y'all say about him. He don't got social media. He don't be watching y'all niggas.
Yes, he does.
Everybody has one, AD. Yeah, everybody has one, LeBron. I know you. See, the thing with LeBron, and I know when LeBron watched this, or people tell him about it, or because Rich Paul watches. Rich Paul watches. That's my nigga. He watches every day. So I know when people see this and they go back and tell LeBron, or when LeBron sees this, when he in the house with the wife and the kids, he be like, damn, these niggas know me, man. Because we know he like, what can I mentally do to get this nigga fucking going? I'm going to put it out there publicly. I'm handing the team over to you, even though that was supposed to be the case 2-3 years after the bubble was supposed to be your team. So I know niggas is like, I done did everything and publicly hand the team.
You know what they got to do?
What they got to do?
He got to change his outfits.
Maybe, murder. Maybe. I have no idea.
Sometimes when you're looking at yourself like that in the mirror, it's hard to be tough.
I got to go see what he's been wearing. I haven't seen it, man. But
he wears jeans up to his navel, you know.
A waist, he wear
high waist
joints. That's what you was talking about. I got to do dilly on that. But LeBron, listen, I know what you trying to do. It's me, you, Mav, Rich, Randy. That shit ain't gonna work, bro. Slap the shit out that nigga one time. Back slap that nigga. All this trying to do it nice. Have a nigga run down on him. You got some goons run down on him. We make one call, scare that nigga in the alley or something, man. All this trying to do it publicly ain't gonna work, bro. But shout out, I really do like it the way, and two teams in the West, my sleeper, sorry to cut you off, Stat, is the Suns and the Pelicans. Everybody knows the usual suspects. Of course, you're going to say Golden State, the Mavericks.
Damn, that's what I said 2 weeks ago, bro.
No, you didn't.
I did so.
Nick.
Yeah, get the tape. Get the tape.
Did he ever say this?
Didn't I say last about
episode,
the Pelicans, bro.
Last episode, no, what you did say that.
Oh, my goodness.
What you said was, I'm going to tell you what you said.
What'd I say?
You said she named people who's going to have the best comeback, and you said Zion. That's what you did say. You didn't say that?
Yeah, I did.
You didn't say the whole Pelicans. You did. And I picked Kawhi.
Yeah,
and I said
right.
That's who I think I have the best comeback. You didn't say
no, but I'm agreeing with you on the Pelicans.
Yeah, I think they was in first place last year before Zion got hurt. I just don't think Zion could stay healthy with his weight and the style of play he plays, but I would love for him to stay healthy. He's a very exciting player to watch.
Denver beat OKC 128-95. After this game, Denver is currently the only 3-0 team right now. So thoughts?
Niggas wearing Skims. That's what's going to happen. When you start wearing Skims and you be on national games.
This is not a good look. This is not a good
when
look.
You wear Skims when you playing basketball, Shy. Now, this was going to happen because we didn't get a lot of nationally televised games with Shy. So Shy's not saying he has a lot of nationally publicized games this year, but then he's going to get that NBA TV. The package paused to make sure they could see niggas like Shy. And right now, when the lights is on, you got to perform. You are first team all NBA. And what'd you have tonight? You had 7. You had 7 and you have Skims.
So the Skims, it's true.
It's
true.
Yeah.
It's true.
The curse.
The curse is true. Put the camera on me, it's true. It's true. He had the Skims on and he had 7.
That's what I'm telling you.
Oh,
man.
my goodness.
Yeah, yo, listen, he had a triple single.
Triple
single tonight.
With the Skims on.
That's what I'm telling you. You're going to be watched, man.
Get out now. Get out.
And you know what I noticed the other night, too? When I was watching the game, Kim got skims on the NBA floor. Now I'm almost with Duke with this on the floor. It's like, it ain't like when certain shit was on the NBA floor.
All you need now is somebody to slip.
Yeah.
And it's over.
Yeah, they got skims on as the advertisement, the logo on the floor, man. So I did see that, and I was like, hey, man, because you know what? I was watching it with my shorty. I'm like, yo. She's like, okay, Kim Kardashian. I'm like, what the fuck? So I'm just watching. I don't know what's going on.
Got to do with basketball.
That's what I'm saying as I'm watching. So now she says, nah, Skims is on the floor. So now, I don't know if she watches show or not. You know how bitches be talking about, I don't really watch you like that. No, damn well.
Yes, you
I
do.
know
You really watch niggas like
Skims
that.
Skims was on the floor. She's like, no, Kim Kardashian's logo's on the floor. I said, we were just talking about Skims and shit. She's like, yo, my daughter wants Skims. I said, so let me get this right. Your daughter, who's 11, wants Skims, and a grown-ass 28-year-old that plays basketball. The range is crazy for Skims. Like, it's wild. So my point about this whole game was this. I want to say that to Sha, you're going to be watched. Your first team, currently All-NBA first team, you're going to be watched. Chet, I'm looking out for you because you're talking about you don't know Wemby's going to get this Rookie of the Year if it's clean cut. You had a decent game, but the real point that I want to get to is this. Denver look like they on a mission.
Yeah.
Denver looks like niggas is playing. The Denver look at me and say, fuck around and you gonna find out. That's what Denver looks like right now, man. And I think that the Joker, I think that he didn't want to make a big deal of it last year about not getting MVP, but I think he's on that type of time. Him and Luka, and I think Luka too. Luka's playing sensational. I think he's been listening to about, okay, I'm not in your top 10.
Top 10, yeah.
Whole 49. Luka had 49 piece the other night. So Luka always does good. Luka always have 49 in October and December. And all year round, basically, it's about is he going to get them right in the playoffs. So no disrespect to Luka as an individual player. It's about is he going to make his team better for me. But this looks like Denver, fuck around, and you going to find out if you think it was a fluke. Let me go to Joker stat real quick. Joker, 28, 14 rebounds, 12 defensive rebounds, and fucking 5 assists. Look. Man, listen. Listen, man. Listen. Y'all better leave that nigga alone, bro.
Let that nigga dance when he wants to.
Yeah, exactly.
Let him party when he wants to.
Yeah, if that's his off-season regimen, that's his off-season regimen. Jamal Murray, 19 points, 8 assists. Michael Porter Jr., 20 points. Yep. Listen, man. Hey, fuck around and you're going to find out, Denver said, man. Shy and the rest of y'all. And anybody else's Skims.
Well, that's all the time we have for today. Thanks for watching, and as always, it is what it is.
Two Big Macs, like when they doing them 2 for $5.